big Judgment Day matchup is coming up, so could we expect another big twist there? We'll also see what Paul Heyman had to say in response to Sami Zayn, the latest on the women's tag team tournament, and more. Let's start things off with everything related to the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day continues to be one of the most highly featured groups on Raw, but there's a group of fans that are slowly turning on the Judgment Day. And that isn't a surprise. Wrestling fans could be hard to please, and will often find something to complain about. But some of those times, they do have good points. And that's the case here with the complaints of the Judgment Day. Some fans feel like the group doesn't really have any sense of direction, story, or motive. And unfortunately, that's just a majority of WWE storylines. Most of the time, they're done on a weekly basis, so they don't really know where they're going with the story sometimes. So the audience also doesn't have a clue where the story's going either, because the storytelling could get a bit foggy like that. It's not your traditional television show where storylines and characters are planned out well in advance. Things in WWE can change on a weekly basis. Big storylines and programs can be dropped like nothing from week to week. So it's a bit hard to invest in certain stories and characters because you often have to ask yourself, what if they drop this next week? Sort of like what we saw with Hit Row's introduction and debut that barely lasted 2 weeks. So that's the fans' fear with Judgment Day. Is there truly a story and sense of direction? Or is it just these 3 superstars being together and that's it? No one did storytelling in modern day WWE quite like Bray Wyatt. His feuds, his characters, and his stories all felt like there was so much depth to it. So much reasoning to every move he made within a story. And even though Judgment Day sorta had that supernatural aura to them, they have no depth at all from a storyline point of view. It's a great trio, Edge, Rhea Ripley, and Damian Priest. But where's their story? Where's their arc? Where are they going? No one knows. And that's just some of the small complaints that are out there from these fans. The only thing we keep hearing Edge talk about is the idea of adding more members. He tweets pictures of different superstars all week long, teasing the idea of joining him, and he even talks about it on Raw. But that's about the only truly interesting thing about Judgment Day right now. Who's going to be their next member? And it should be more than just that, but unfortunately that's the only thing that they have going for them, besides this feud with Finn Balor, AJ Styles, and Liv Morgan. Another question to ask here is, what in the world is the endgame for this trio versus trio feud? Does AJ, Finn, and Liv just go their separate ways after facing Judgment Day, or will there be an event that breaks them up or keeps them together? Last time the Judgment Day had a match at a premium live event, they introduced the new member, Rhea Ripley. So, can we expect a 4th member that Edge keeps talking about to appear at Hell in a Cell, or a future premium live event? It's a possibility for sure. Of course, the most popular fan theory is that Finn Balor is the most suspicious one here, and could betray AJ Styles and Liv Morgan. It's hard to see AJ Styles or Liv Morgan in Judgment Day, but it's kinda scary how good of a fit Finn Balor would be, and that's why fans are on high alert with him. There's some fans that think that Finn Balor joining Judgment Day theory is over, since Edge already teased the idea of Finn joining him by posting his picture on Twitter. And that's sorta true. Like one fan said, everyone that Edge is posting pictures of on Twitter right now basically has no shot of joining Judgment Day. WWE doesn't make big reveals or teasers like that through a superstar's Twitter, so chances are that the 4th member of Judgment Day will be someone that Edge won't post a picture of. So considering the fact Edge posted a picture of Finn Balor, some think that clears Finn's name as being the 4th member. So the most interesting thing Judgment Day has going on right now is the mystery of their 4th member. So it'll be nice to see them have a little bit more story depth than just the mystery of adding a new member. Sami Zayn thinking he's a new member of the Bloodline is an ongoing story over on SmackDown that we've touched on a few times. Well, this story continued on Twitter this week after Paul Heyman posted up a cartoon graphic of all 4 Bloodline members. Sami Zayn quoted Paul Heyman's cartoon and mentioned how they forgot to include the locker room leader, Sami Zayn. Heyman responded to Sami by claiming that the cartoon was approved by Roman Reigns for only certified members of the Bloodline, but assured Sami that he is appreciated. Sami said that it was fair enough. All he wants is respect, and thanked Heyman for keeping him in the loop. So just a nice and funny interaction between Sami Zayn and Paul Heyman that still does push that SmackDown story forward. We'll have to see until SmackDown to see where Sami Zayn's Bloodline story goes next, because it definitely looks like it'll be around for a little while. 4 days after Sasha Banks and Naomi's walkout, WWE seemed to have everything figured out for the direction of the women's tag team titles. They announced on SmackDown that week that Sasha and Naomi were stripped of the titles and suspended, while there would be a tournament to determine the new women's tag team champions. Reports claim that it was set to be a 4-team, 2-round tournament with teams like Nikki and Doudrop, Shayna and Natalya, and more. But if you've been paying close attention, the announcement of the women's tag team tournament was also the last time WWE made any mention of that tournament. Reports are now claiming that the women's tag team tournament is now cancelled and on the back burner. So they might have jumped the gun with the announcement of the tournament because now plans are allegedly off. There's still no update to Sasha Banks and Naomi's situation, so it's not likely they canceled the tournament because of Sasha and Naomi are coming back. That's not true at all. They canceled the tournament now because it's just simply not their priority right now. And ever since Sasha and Naomi left, a lot of fans were just simply calling for the retirement of the women's tag team titles. They already get treated like they don't exist, so why not just put the titles to rest? Because in reality, there's no women's tag team division in WWE. It's funny and ironic though, because Sasha and Naomi left for being disrespected as women's tag team champions and all the other disrespect that was being given to those titles. So here we are, weeks after Sasha and Naomi turned the titles in, and WWE is pretty much proving Sasha and Naomi's point of the titles being disrespected and not meaning anything. If the titles were so important and crucial to WWE, that tournament would have started pretty fast, and they would have crowned new women's tag team champions probably that same week, if that was important to them. But here we are, going on week 3 of having no women's tag team champions, and there's no mention of crowning new champions. Plus, now you have the report of the tournament being cancelled. So it's crazy to think how the women's tag team titles are continuing to be disrespected, even after the previous champions walked out because of that same reason. But what are your thoughts on all of today's stories with the Judgment Day, Sami Zayn, and the women's tag team titles? Leave your comments below, don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.